What's up, Internet? This is Rambling Josh, and you're watching another episode of Let's Play Ark the Lad 2. Since last time, I've made my way over to the Risen Ponds, and I came here to kill the wanted monster Delcios, which is what you're watching right now. Delcios is a big scary red dragon dude, and there really isn't anything all that special about him. Much like most wanted monsters, he's just slightly stronger, if stronger at all, than normal monsters. But anyways, I killed him, I got my bounty, and this is what it looked like. Alright, and now we are done with all our preparations. I've rested up and all that. And so it's time to head to the Nien Forest. Indeed it is. It's kind of why we're here. Well, I mean, she's kind of right. I mean, getting there sooner is better. Well, I guess making a mistake would be bad. Okay. So now we choose our party members. So, go with them. Shanti's pretty much caught up level-wise now, but I think I'm going to keep the King's Image on her a little bit longer, just because healers do tend to level up slower, so she might as well get all the help she needs. It's mostly an Ark the Lad 1 crew this time around. So the Nien Forest is pretty straightforward. No real surprises. I don't think there's really anything even interesting in here. There's a dead end this way, but no real reason to come down this way, except to show that it's a dead end. Basically, we would just want to keep on heading north and kill some dudes. I like how there's the music just stays the same. It makes for a kind of nifty, fast-paced transition. So, we've reached a little bit of an interesting part in the game. We're at the point where things are really starting to kind of get serious, and also the point where our characters from Ark the Lad 2 are basically at the same point as the characters from Ark the Lad 1 now. So our arsenal of abilities, or however you want to say it, it's kind of grown a whole lot now that we can comfortably use all of our party members. And some of the characters from Ark the Lad 2 have some interesting new or changed abilities. But we will discover that later. At least I don't think. Well, we've seen some of Poco's ability changes. There we saw that using total healing on Lisa actually cured her paralysis. So I mistakenly stated at one point in the last game that total healing... healing heart, that's what I'm looking for. Healed status ailments, and it didn't do that in that game, but it does in this one. And also, we saw Iga use his laser fist ability a moment ago, and that functions a lot differently than it did in the previous game as well. In the last game, you had to use one ability to like target enemies, and then use another ability to actually like hit them with the laser. And this time around, it functions basically just like your normal AoE spell. Kind of hoping I could maybe kill one or both of those guys up there with a spell, but I guess I'm just gonna have to settle for removing their paralysis. And thankfully, he did not choose to use Paralyzed Wind again. Ark in particular has some pretty interesting changes to his arsenal, but some of it we won't really get to appreciate until a little bit later in the game. I can certainly demonstrate them now, but their real strength doesn't really show until we're fighting some stronger enemies. This battle is actually taking a little bit more of a toll than I thought it would. But I guess when you have Sonya on the front row, then things tend to go that way. Let's actually move Lisa back so that Ark can get up in there. If I'd been paying more attention, I probably would have split my party up a little bit better so that I had at least one like frontline physical fighter over on the left. But I guess it doesn't make too much difference in the long run. Dead Yeti. I'm pretty glad actually that they made it so that those little plant things can actually move in this game. It was pretty annoying, like not chasing them down, but running throughout the whole level just to kill them off after everything else is dead in the last game. These guys are just gonna chill down there, I guess. Not a bad hit. Ark's strength this time around, at least, isn't really in his like damage dealing ability. It's in his flexibility and the utility that he brings to the party with his abilities. I got a Damocles blade from that battle. I don't know if that's any good. But it certainly has an interesting name. Ooh, increase MP on level up. That's interesting. But the question is, or rather the conundrum, is that most of the spellcasters can't actually use... they can't use swords, so it's not really all that useful, actually. Anyways, onward. Really? Fight on, like, every single screen? Are there really only 3 guys? No. There's only 4 of them. Okay. Not much better? And it would appear that we have made our way through the forest. Fancy that. So, now what? Just running guns blazing? We're not trying to destroy it, we're just trying to infiltrate it and blow up the control center or whatever. This is a good point. So how are we going to attack it from the front, or the top rather? That could work, I suppose. It's a good point. I mean, the Silver Nova is pretty massive. Can 5 people fit on the hind? Alright, so if you want, you can leave and finish up any business, but... So now we have to split the team into 2 parties. Now, you want to split the parties fairly evenly. But, of course, each team has a different role to fill. So, if you want to kind of metagame it a little bit, this is the airship party. They're the ones who's going to be actually infiltrating the Graunoln, and they will be fighting or doing a dungeon. So you want to build a team that's a little bit more built for longevity. So I'm going to go with let's go with, say, Raijin. At the very least, you want to make sure that Shanti is on one team, whereas Lisa is on the other. I'm going to put Lisa in the assault or decoy team, or whatever you want to call it, just because they have a shorter fight. So she doesn't have an infinite amount of MP, she just has half MP cost. So she has a little bit of... she doesn't have quite the longevity that Shanti does. Burst and Thunder Bombs. Okay. I'm not sure what those are supposed to be for. I do like how they keep cutting back to Yagoon. It's kind of nice when you can actually get a feel for what the bad guys are all about. What lies ahead? Yes, just throw more monsters at them, because that worked so well in the past. Frontal assault time! Oh no, it's dragons! I wouldn't say that out loud. Wow, I'm glad he attacked Ark. If he had attacked Lisa, she probably would have died. They don't give you time to heal up in between the forest and this fight, so Lisa has like 30 MP or HP. Ark's hurting pretty good on this. Ark is hurting pretty good himself. So this seems like as good a time as any to use a big total healing. Is he gonna need healing? Yeah, I should probably go like this. I could wait for Lisa to heal, but that seems risky. But anyways, now that I am back in tip-top shape, I am actually going to fight this actual battle on the next episode of Let's Play Ark the Lad 2. Catch you later.